This is the beginning of a new series called Open Mic, where I'm going to be asking two questions to colleagues, friends, family, and absolutely anybody else, because I think we all have valuable experiences and perspectives to share. At Coinbase, I'm surrounded by driven and smart people, and great insights come out of the casual one-on-one conversations. So I thought, why not open them up? Topics will vary for each person, but it will generally be around stuff that I'm interested in, which can be software engineering, product, management, entrepreneurship, crypto, etc. That all being said, we recently had a company offsite in Mountain View, and I took the opportunity to kick things off with a live interview. Our first guest is Aneri Amin, who's a senior product manager leading social at Coinbase Wallet. I don't work with her directly, but she's a great product partner and deeply connected to everything happening in our ecosystem. Without further ado, let's jump into the interview. Aneri, in your view, what makes a great product manager, especially in a fast-moving space like ours? And as a bonus, what are some standout qualities that you see in engineers that you work with?
Yeah, definitely. I think being a product manager in a space that evolves so fast is really hard. But the great PMs that I've seen and work with, they know what's happening in the space. They're like on top of the trends. They're really engaged with the community. They're talking to users. But they also can kind of separate the signal from the noise because there's so much noise, there's so many hypes. Something is the biggest thing ever, and then 3 weeks later it's not. And so a PM that can kind of see the overall trends and what's happening and keep their team focused and oriented towards the long-term vision is really important, because otherwise people get really distracted and then you don't actually ship something that has strong foundations. And then of course someone who's like technical and is excited about the space and has like a vision and 0 to 1 understanding, because this is a completely new space, and so you can't just use the same playbooks that might have worked in other spaces. You really have to think about how the world is going to change in 5 years and how you can bring your team to be part of that.
Love that. For the second question, our new version of Coinbase Wallet, which is very exciting, will include a social feed. What unique advantages does posting on-chain offer to creators?
Yeah, I think there's a lot. I mean, I think the first thing is you own your content and you own your audience. So I'm a creator in Web2 as well, and even with millions of followers, you don't guarantee that your video goes to them every single time. You don't have a way of downloading their information and sending them an email. You can't take them off platform, so you're kind of locked into that platform, how they decide what the algorithm is, and they kind of gate that relationship you have with your audience. So I think the first thing is ownership, but also there's so much more. There's monetization. So a lot of these on-chain platforms have on-chain primitives built in. And so, for example, posts can be assets. Instead of liking a post, you can buy a post, and that is a trade. So not only does the creator earn directly as a primitive, but even the tastemakers and the early fans and the curators earn, because if they're early to content, they can earn from the upside when that post goes viral. So I think there's just a lot of primitives and experimentation on the monetization side. And then I think the third thing is you'd be part of something new. There's so much that we don't know of what's going to happen. And so being early and experimenting at the bleeding edge is just going to kind of help you be someone who is at that forefront and capturing the value of that growth.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.